area, man. You must Google it. You must Google it, guys. Google it.
Limpopo is a country. It's a country. The sub provinces. Yes. So yeah, but for me, I mean, it's like someone who comes from KZN.
Yeah.
They flipping only speak
Zulu.
So if they come here in this mining town where there's a diversity, they sort of struggle as well.
That's why I think with Fanagalo.
Yeah, so now, let's talk about Fanagalo.
So that was too far.
No, you came right on time. So Fanagalo, what do you think about it? What do you think? Because a lot of people would say... Alright, everybody. Welcome to it. This is Rolling with Nator. My name is Busiso Mbonambi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to do the most important thing, and that is to subscribe to the channel by just clicking on that red subscribing button.
Subscription. Love, man.
Yeah, but yeah, it's free, guys. Free. You don't have to pay anything. It's absolutely free. And thank you so much for all of you guys who've been sending me questions on my social media platforms, asking me any questions, because I'm free to answer any of those questions, man. This channel is all about life after varsity and helping you guys with your journeys and expressing and sharing our journeys with you guys. Right. So today I'm joined by a very, very special guy, man. I'm
not sure about special.
But you guys will find out why I'm saying it's special. But yeah, I'm joined by Mpho Moshobane. He's a mining engineering graduate from University of Johannesburg, and he's also a downtown radio presenter as well.
You can see the t-shirt.
You can't even see the t-shirt, man. It's all there. Downtown radio, man. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on the show, man.
It's a pleasure.
I'm honored.
Thank you so much for coming through to the show, man.
I'm not sure why you're only inviting me now, because I've been watching. I guess you said best for last.
One thing I've realized, with mining engineering is that a lot of you guys are progressing. The first person I interviewed was Spamandla.
When was it?
Tim. Yeah, Spamandla Tim.
Yeah.
It was last year or 2019 when I interviewed him.
I think it was late 2019.
Yeah. And right now he's far. He's far, guys. He's flipping far. So it's nice to see that whole progression, seeing that people are actually moving with their careers. But yeah, today we're talking about you.
Yeah.
We're talking about you.
What about me?
So let's take it back, man. Let's take it back.
Yeah.
What I want to understand is why you chose mining engineering. Because from my perspective, as a geology graduate, I feel like it's a very tough job, that one.
Mining,
it's a very, very tough job.
It is.
So I want to understand why did you choose it, and what was your expectation versus reality when you entered into the industry?
So I feel like it's a question that I've had like probably 1,000 times, because every interview that you go, they actually ask you like, why did you choose mining? And most interviews you try to impress by all means that I chose mining because I'm passionate about mining, and most of the time it's not the case, guys. It's not the case.
Don't know passion.
Do you know the crazy story about how I chose mining? I literally went to my laptop and I was on the University of Johannesburg website, and then I just scrolling through. I'm like, mining engineering. It seems interesting. Click. And that was it.
That's how you chose it.
Yeah. And it's a crazy, but like, to be honest, I always knew that I wanted to do something that's sort of challenging, and I knew like the engineering side of things. Yeah, it's a bit challenging. So, but that's actually the story why I chose mining.
But did you think about the money? Because
of course,
when people think about mining, they think money.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
So I did know about mining, and mining, there's a stigma of like there's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's not always the case.
That's not always the case.
Yeah, it's not always the case. So when I saw mining, I was like, mining seems interesting. Mining engineering. Plus I heard there's a bit of money. I'm like, let me just try this. And I didn't know anything about mining at the time. I had never been to a mine. I didn't know anyone who worked in the mine. So just a leap of faith. I'm just let me just try this out. Because sometimes when you're in high school, you come out of high school. To be honest, I would say like 80% of learners, they don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Totally.
You know what? So all these things I want to be, but deep down, you know, like just a thought. You don't even know anything about that.
And a lot of people just apply for everything.
For everything.
Whatever, where they take me, I go.
And when you mentioned that before I went to UG, I was into UT. I was studying computer systems engineering, programming and stuff like that. So after first semester, I was like, nah, this is not what I signed up for. I was not enjoying it, and I'm not saying like, and also the environment that I was in, I did not enjoy the environment as well, because I sort of had something in mind that I want when I go to varsity, my life to be like this, and I did not find that where I was at the time. And there were a lot of people who enjoyed it, and they even I know like my friends who I left there, who graduated, and they enjoyed it, but it was not for me. So that's why I was like, you know what? After first semester, I think like I dropped out. And normally when you say dropped out, you feel like you're failing and then you dropped out.
Exactly.
I don't like to use the word drop out, but I left, and then I was like, I called my mom. I'm like, hey, I don't like this. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. My mom has a lot of faith in me. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. So like, okay, then go for it. Then I went home. Then I stayed home for the second semester, 6 months. Then I rethought of what I wanted to do, and it was very good for me. So after that, and then when I went to UJ, I already knew what I wanted to do, so I was just going for it, and then
because on my previous episode I spoke about reasons why people change careers, and I said it you see it from varsity, where people change courses, and most of the time it's first years. After first semester they change into another. So what impact did that have on you, changing that whole thing of changing course? What impact did it have on you, and what was the consequences?
Impact. I would say that when you change courses, and especially if you're in first year and then you go to another university, where you're going, you're going to do first year, but it's not actually your first year. And there are a lot of kids from high school who are actually in the same class with you. So when you already know the challenges, you already know the experience. My first year at UJ, after I left UT to go to UJ, I would say that it had a positive impact on me, because it helped me to. I didn't struggle my first year. I don't want to lie to you. I didn't struggle, not at all. I didn't struggle because I already knew the environment. How it was. I knew what I had to do. And crazy fact is that the time I was into UT, were a lot of guys from, because we're doing programming. So the guys that who program apps, they usually study programming with us. So what happened was that we had a lot of guys from VERS, UJ, who dropped out at VERS and UJ. They came to TUT. So when the lecturer was teaching that, guys, we're trying to do this 1, 2, 3, they already know. So the lecturer thinks that all of us know, and then they skip.
Okay.
So when I went to UJ, I did my research about mining. So when I went to UJ, I already knew how many modules I'm gonna do. I already knew like everything, so that I don't slack behind. So I already knew everything. So that's why I'm saying like my first year was easy, because I already had that varsity experience. So it was much easier for me.
So personally, would you encourage people to change courses? Say in first year ngenze a course in your field, I'm quite sure ngathi ngenza something else. Do you advise people to do that? Which change my courses? What advice would you give to someone who wants to change a course?
I would say it depends. I don't think people should change courses because they're failing. It should be a motive of what you want to do. Don't do something that you're not passionate about. It's going to be a struggle. So the reason why I changed what I was doing is because I was not passionate about what I was doing. Because we spent a lot of time in the lab connecting things, electricity. So I didn't enjoy that, because I'm a critical thinker. I love to think. So I didn't like what we were doing. So that's why I changed. So I don't encourage people to change courses because they're failing. You can change a course because you don't like what it gives you or what you're going to do after that. Because a lot of times when you're in high school, you're not sure if maybe I'm studying mining, what I'll be doing after I graduate. If you don't have background, or maybe someone works in the mine, or maybe if I'm a lawyer, or maybe if I study, you don't know what you're going to do. So most of the time you find out in varsity, okay, this is like this, I'm not enjoying this. So if you don't like it, guys, don't do something that you don't like. Or because maybe you're afraid to go home. Because that was the challenge. Because I remember when I went home, actually, when was this? 2015. All my friends were in varsity. My other friends went to Cuba 2015. There was 3 of us in class. My other friends went to Cuba, studying medicine. Cuba 2015. My best friend was studying a combined course, electrical and programming at UJ. So imagine, then I went home. So it's a bit of a challenge because we were part of we were a squad, 3 of us in class, always number 1, number 2, number 3.
Yeah.
And now you're back home. It's a challenge. Jeez. But now I knew what I wanted to do, and I believed in myself. So I didn't care what
other people were saying.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's the challenge that
you don't want to go home.
You don't want to go home
because you feel like you failed.
You failed. And I did have the challenge. Actually, the first month when I went home, I saw the challenge, but I was like, no, I don't care because I believe in myself. So yeah, that's how I changed.
Cool, man.
That's the challenge of changing courses, though.
Yeah, that's the challenge. Yeah, you think about that. You think about that a lot. So let's talk about varsity versus the workplace. Is what you studied in varsity related to what you're doing currently at work? Because personally, what I've realized is that I've learned a lot of things at the workplace. In varsity, sharp, we did theory and everything, but a lot of things, I would even say maybe 70% in my side, where I've realized that a lot of things I'm just learning them here. If you took me fresh as a graduate and you say, here's a job, I wouldn't know how to do the job. I'd need someone to teach me from scratch how to do the job. I'd understand the application, why certain things are done, but I'd need someone to teach me how to do the job. So for your side, how was that experience?
Those who know mining already know the answer. Those who know mining already know the answer because, there are a lot of people who are in the mining field who didn't go to school and get a degree. So it's all about the certificates that you get, the progress in the mining. Because first of all, I think you know that you have to get your blasting. Then you're a mine, then you become a shift boss, then you write a mine overseer certificate. Then from there you write your mine manager certificate. So it's all about the certificates that you write in the mining field. It has nothing to do with school. But school rather, it sort of helps you in a way because if you're a miner or let's say a shift boss who went to school and a miner who actually didn't go to school, in some instances there's going to be differences. So there's someone who can say, okay, this one didn't go to school or this one went to school. In some instances, not always the time. In some instances. So I would say that what I learned in varsity, is it helping me now in the mining field? Slightly, yes. But at this stage of my life, I would say slightly. But I feel like it does help you when you go forward.
When you progress.
But at the moment, I don't think so. Slightly, but I don't think so. Like anybody could be doing what I'm doing now, even if they didn't go to school to get your blasting. So I would say no, slightly. That's
very interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because I've always found that gap between industry, varsity and the industry. I've always found that there's a huge gap between the two. And another thing that I've realized in terms of now 4IR technology, it's like varsity doesn't progress with that. Like they don't change the curriculum to fit in with what the industries are currently doing. So which then put us in a disadvantage, because now, especially now in terms of unemployment and all that, you cannot get a job now because you don't have specific skills. They have trained their people, they know how to do certain things, but when as a fresh graduate, you don't know the skills and the softwares and all that they're currently using. So I think for me personally, I feel like there's a huge gap between the institution and the industry. They're not talking.
But what they did with the mining department at UJ is that we have this thing called we sort of have tours. In first year you go to certain different mines and stuff like that. So in first year I went to mines, and it was then that there were some students who dropped out. They were like, yo, because you know how mining is. So when we went underground, there were some students who dropped out and said like, yo, this is not what I want. So after that year, they dropped out. And there was some. I love adrenaline. So when I saw that, I was like, I want this one.
Definitely what I want.
I want this one. So I feel like they try to take us to these mines, and then you see the mining tour and stuff like that.
Or I think then it's the mining, in the mining side. That's where they always introduce you guys to the industry. In the mining side, but in other fields like both geology, both accounting,
they don't do that.
They don't get that exposure. So you guys, I think you do have the exposure to an extent where you even have mock mines.
Mock-ups. They do. I think at Vets they do.
Vets, not UJ.
You don't have.
See, they have such things where they try to expose you to that environment.
I think they try, and also in first year with this third year, I think S3S4. We go to sort of camping for like 2 weeks. We go into different mines. So you get to see coal mines, you get to see gold mines, you get to see different type of mines. Because with mining, once you like now we're working in a gold mine. So once you get into a gold mine, obviously you get your blasting certificate, hard rock. So you're gonna take that gold mine career.
Oh,
so you're not exposed to gold, but in varsity they expose you to different kinds of fields. So that when you choose for yourself, for okay, but this one, okay, this one. So yeah.
Jeez, no, that's.
But yeah, I feel like they do try to link the two. But the mining culture is different from school, so you get exposed to a whole different environment. It's different.
So how was that culture for you when you?
It was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah.
Because sometimes as graduates, you come with expectations. If I can put it in that sense, you come with expectations.
So what were your expectations?
I felt like it was just going to be a soft life. Just going to sit there and relax. And just point, hey, do that. The mining culture is different. It's tough because in communication skills they taught us about autocratic management skills and what democratic management skills.
Yeah.
So from varsity you have these democratic, management skills that you think you're going to have a say in anything. In the mining industry, they tell you do this, you have to do it that way because they've been doing it like that for 30, 40 years. When I come today, you want to come with your own stories. Don't come with stories here. Don't go through the corners. Do what we tell you. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Man. It's tough. The mining industry is tough. You have to be tough, man, to work in the mines. I don't like to. You have to be tough. For those of you who want to do mining, guys, I'm telling you now. You have to be tough. I don't like to. You have to be tough. Control your emotions. Control your emotions.
Because another thing is that you work with people who are older than you. Old enough to be your father, grandfather, and then you work with people who are also younger than you. So it's a different, and people from different cultures. Lesotho,
that's the biggest one.
Different countries. Males, females, everything all combined in one place. So now you have to be a leader or a supervisor in such environments. So what advice would you give to someone in that sort of situation where they have to act like a supervisor to a group of people like that?
I would say that you see now I've been in Carltonville. I know Xhosa now. I didn't know it's Xhosa. I tried to tell go. I know choice, and obviously if you're paid, so obviously gonna know Sotho, Tswana, those are the problem. So it's Xhosa and Zulu. So I had to try to get to know more of those because when you go underground, you try to meet a whole different type of people, so you have to blend in. I love this quote by Bruce Lee. He said that you need to empty your mind, be water, because water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. And water can crash, and water can flow. Be water, my friend.
Jeez.
Be water. So when you come to the mining side, you have to blend in a way.
Sure.
You have to blend in.
Sure.
If you go to Xhosa people, blend in. The most important thing is to blend in. To blend in. Adjust.
I think that's what Anga said on her when I was interviewing Anga. She was also saying you must be within. You must be within. Because obviously she's a woman. Imagine as a woman being a supervisor. Because remember these people, they come from different cultural backgrounds.
Some of them don't want to be led by women.
They don't want to be led by women because they are the heads of their households where they come from. You know what I mean? So now they're going to be led by women at work. It's not gonna work.
Don't try that one.
So she was saying that you need to be within. Be hands-on. Be dirty with them when they get dirty. So
When how has it been for you? Because I know that you know Sotho, right?
Yeah. So at least
for you, was it easy in terms of like knowing languages?
No, I think now I grew up in a mining town. So already there's that diversity.
You have to multilingual.
I grew up with that.
Do you know Stonga?
Except for so.
And Venda.
I can hear Venda. I can hear Venda.
Oh, is it?
I can speak Tswana, Sotho.
Spade.
Not fluently. Spade I can hear. What else? Zulu and Xhosa over here. It's just because of where I come from. You guys come from you come from Mpho.
Arabla Spade
one way.
Mulobedi even actually.
What is that now?
You know Mulobedi? King Manada.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't even know me this one. Okay, you tell me something that you don't know. Slovedi is like I can get spade.
Yes.
Mara in school we wrote home spade as home language.
But that's a deepest spade, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of a whole different kind of language, man. Mara I can hear spade, I can speak spade, I can speak spade. Mara Mara So like King Minada, when you listen to King Minada, you see what these guys speak, but it's different. Yeah, we speak that at home. The Bulobedi area, man, you must Google it too. Must Google it, guys. Google it.
Limpopo is a country. It's a country. The sub provinces. Yes. So yeah, but for me, I mean, it's like someone who comes from KZN.
Yeah.
They flipping only speak Zulu. So if they come here in this mining town where there's a diversity, they sort of struggle as well.
That's why I think with Fanagalo.
Yeah. So now, let's talk about Fanagalo.
So that was too far.
No, you came right on time. So Fanagalo, what do you think about it? What do you think? Because a lot of people would say they are not for Fanagalo. They say Fanagalo is an oppression language because it used to be used by white people to communicate to black people. So for me personally, I see it as a medium of communication between all cultures, whether you're black or white or whatever, just between all cultures. It sort of makes everyone be able to communicate. So what's your view on that?
When you look at it, because Fanagalo is like, when you speak Fanagalo, you sound like somebody who's trying to speak Zulu or Xhosa. Combined, but it's broken. It's like just mixing 1 and 2. So it depends on how you look at it. Someone can look at it and say, okay, it's good because there are Zulus, Xhosas, Tsongas, Papi, so because almost everyone in the mine has to know Fanagalo. So it's like the language that is on the center. So once you speak Fanagalo,
is it a rule?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a rule. You don't have to know Fanagalo, but it's going to help you because everybody in the mine knows Fanagalo. I would say that 99% of everyone who works in the mine knows Fanagalo. So it's sort of a language that everybody uses so that we can all get to know each other because can understand each other. Because there's Zulu, Xhosa, as you mentioned, like there are a lot of languages in the mine. But if you look at it from another perspective, because I heard someone saying that we can be able to use our languages. Well, maybe how many languages do you know? So Tswana, and then I can 5. So the Rainbow Nation, as they say,
it's 11 officially.
So if you try to, I can try to speak Zulu. I can hear Xhosa and Zulu. I can hear, but speaking maybe 50% in because I want. So because I'm a friend of mine who's pure Zulu, who's Bo.
Zulu.
So, but he can hear speed. So if I'm with him, if you last speed, if also he speaks Zulu, I can hear him. So if you look at it from that perspective, you can say, we can understand each other without Fanagalo because it's an oppression language, but we can take it and own it and make it our own because we use it to understand each other. So you don't have to think about apartheid.
That's how I feel as well.
Don't think that way.
Because everyone is using it.
Everyone is using it.
It's not like it's only used by
But only the old mines, because I went to Limpopo. They were seeking a shaft. Ivan Platt. There's no Fanagalo there. Wanna move? Spade one way.
Which is a bad thing then, because now as a Zulu person, you figure like probably my Limpopo. You wanna speak Zulu? Now I must speak paid.
You're going to speak Zulu.
See, it's not gonna work.
And
now I feel oppressed.
And you're going to feel oppressed because I went to Mokopan. 2018, it was a vacation work. I worked in Ivan Plaza for a month. So there was a day when I'm going there, the security asked me, they checked my card. I came, where are you from? I'm from Vulebedu. What's Vulebedu? That side of. Okay, but Vulebedu normally they say we're from Zane. Which is, but now I'm closer to Guyana than Zane. So I'm from Guyana. He said, hey, man, don't say that. I'm not to Guyana. Say you're from one of the villages around. There was security at the mine.
Hey, man.
Like if somebody asks me where I'm from, I have to say like, because I was staying in the nearby village, Hamulekan. That's where I was staying at the time for that month for that vacation work. They say I must say I'm from one of the villages because of what the community is going to say if they hear that. So what they do is that if your mine starts that side, they have to hire people from the community. That's why we can't be all paid in the Fanagalo. So that's why Fanagalo doesn't work.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
We all speak the same language.
So when I was there, I've never spoken Fanagalo there. Not paid, at least with the white people who speak English. So, but then the challenge is that what if now there's a white person who doesn't know African languages? Then this is Madaro who's been working in different mines for 30 years,
doesn't know English.
So how are they going to communicate in that sense? In this case, in our minds, that's where Fanagalo comes in.
That's why I'm also for Fanagalo. I'm also for it. So, what other problems would you say you've encountered when you entered the mining industry as a young graduate? In other words, when you look at the industry, you see these are certain things that need to be changed, but that are still maybe they've been there for years that need to change right now.
That's a tough question. The mining industry, guys, it's a whole different industry. If someone works, maybe as an accountant, you work in a different, you've been working for maybe in a company for 10 years, and I take you to work underground, you're going to see a whole different type of industry. It's different, it's different because there's nothing that you can go around and try to change. They'll tell you you're crazy. It's all about culture. First of all, for me, one challenging thing was the working hours. You can go, maybe there was a time when I was waking up at 2:30 or 2 o'clock because I had to leave at 3 to go to the mine. And just because I'm leaving at 3, let's mean around 12 when I'm going to come back. We're going to come back around 5 in the evening. You know what? Because you have to get the job done. That's what they want their money. You know what? So those are the type of challenges that I faced. And also the way they manage things, the management guys, they don't, okay, if now when you have to do something, I don't ask you, I tell you, do this. Your opinion doesn't matter when. You have to do what I tell you. So if you try to come up with opinion, it means that you're speaking back to me. You know what? So you must do what I tell you.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough, I don't like to. So you just have to take it like it is. So if there's someone who can come and change the industry the way it is, man, people are going to be confused, especially the people who have been working there for 20 years. That type of management style or the way things are, that's what they know, that's what they're used to. So when now you come with your own style, it's going to be difficult for them to adjust. Unless you're a general manager or mine manager, you try to change certain things, but it's going to be difficult. It won't take maybe a couple of months, so it's going to take years and years and years.
Because I feel like the system that's put in place, sharp, maybe it works, but it's very oppressing.
It is.
It's very... There's too many rules. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. But you clock in at this time, you clock out at this time, you can't do... I understand why they are there. Maybe it's also to make sure, good team, you get it. Because I think for them, it's not even about getting the job done. It's like, you need to be here for these hours. It doesn't matter what you're doing in these hours. You must be here in these hours.
One that one.
Yeah.
That one is one thing that I saw. This one, this one is not the one. Even if you have nothing to do at work, there's no way that you can work from home. Yeah,
you have to be here.
You have to be there, physically. Even if you're not doing
anything. You have to be underground, even if you don't have work to do. Yeah. But you have to be underground.
Because if your manager sees you, your supervisor,
you're in trouble.
Why aren't you underground? To do what in the first place? So sometimes, because you guys are geologists, you don't have to go underground every single day. That is where you have to work on surface. With us, maybe I'm a miner now, maybe I'm a qualified miner. I have to be underground over every single day. My work is underground.
Your work is underground. But with us, you find that there are shafts where you, as a geologist, they want you underground every day. Every day. They don't want to see you on surface. Even though you have surface work to do. But they want you underground every day. When you come out, that's when you're going to do your surface work. But you first that day underground.
Every single day.
Every single day. So you see, I find such environment very... It's very boxing. Like you're forcing me to do something that is, whether I'm productive or not, but you're forcing me to do something.
I hope some people are listening, because if you want to do geology, already you
must be prepared. You must be
doing geology, mining, survey. I feel like
you must be prepared.
And it's important because I remember our first year class was it was full, man. It was full, and the pressure that they give us in the mine.
Yeah,
I experienced it during my S3, S4. Yeah, we had one thing that we call test week. We write all the tests of our modules in 1 week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, combined. So imagine how are you going to study? There was a time where we were writing 2 modules in 1 day. We wrote one module, one test in the morning, exam in the morning, and we wrote another one in the afternoon. And this one in the afternoon, it was divided into 3. The one in the morning was divided into 2. So I wrote 2 and 3, so I wrote 5 tests in 1 day. Yeah, but so when you ask, they said, no, we're preparing for the industry. We thought they were crazy. But when you go to the industry, we're like, oh yeah,
this is it.
They were right, because they know what the industry has in store for us. So yeah, I mean, it's a life. But the money is good if you are working in a nice company. I don't want to lie to you. Sort of the money sort of compensate for all the hours and, the rest of my life. So that's gonna be like that's steady. So yeah, for maybe a portion of a couple of years, and then I'll see what I want to do. But yeah,
that's dope. Now, thanks so much, man, Mpho. But yeah, any advice, last words now for anyone who's saying, especially grade 12, let's say grade 12 learner, who's now thinking of applying for mining engineering, like,
don't do it.
Okay, yeah, but from a woman, listen,
Should they do it?
Yeah.
If you want to.
If you want to, is it? So, but I'm kidding, guys. You can do it, man. You can, but you have to be tough.
Actually, that risky.
You have to be tough. Now, like I don't want anybody in my family to study mining. I don't like to.
Funny enough, everyone says that. Every man that works in the mining industry, they'll tell you, I don't want my kid to come and work here. Ever. They'll tell you that.
But guys, I feel like we're sort of saying that people should not. Okay, they can study it.
We're being honest. We're telling them our views based on our experiences.
It's more like if now I'm a Navy SEAL or maybe a soldier, I'm trying to tell you the truth about being a soldier. It's more like now I don't want you to be a soldier. Because I've seen the experiences that I had as being a soldier as tough. People have died in my hands. So now I'm telling you, don't be a soldier. I feel like I don't want you to come to where I am. Same thing with mining. Now I'm telling you that like, mining is tough. You can do it if you're tough or you're prepared. But if you're not prepared for it, don't do it because it's tough.
You shouldn't say don't do it. You should say these are my experiences. This is how I found it. But don't tell them what to do.
I'm telling them.
Let me tell you guys, man.
I'm kidding, guys. Yeah, man. I won't say don't do it. I'm just kidding. But then, yeah, my advice is that if you want to do it, make sure that you're tough mentally and you can work under pressure.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. It's a bit tough. I'm just trying to exaggerate.
And it's a different industry, this one.
It's a different industry, but yeah, you can do it, man. It's not that difficult to be honest.
And you must have a thick skin, and you must be prepared to work your way up. Like
Yeah.
there's no middle ground going up.
And it is a long path, ne?
Yeah.
It's a long path.
After graduation, it can take about 4 or 5 years.
And I think the mentality that people have is that after graduating, you're already there.
You want the man now.
You're already there.
You want to drive a
You're already a manager.
I also thought by this time I'll be driving a Vropal.
So you see, guys, these are the real expectations. So what are your, like, after this whole thing, right? Your graduate program, what are your plans with this whole career? Where do you want to see yourself ultimately?
Do you know the mining industry is different in what sense, ne? People always say I want to see myself as this, I want to see myself as this. But it's tough. I mean, it doesn't just happen overnight like that. So there are a lot of things that are happening. So, but the most important thing is just to push. So if I say I want to see myself where after 5 years I'll be lying to you, I don't know at this moment.
But don't you need that, like, what? The whole like goal setting thing to say, you know what, ultimately this is what I want to see myself as.
Yeah.
Now, do you know after I graduated, I wrote that down. Or after this one, I want to have this. But I saw I'm learning a new thing every single day. You know, the mind industry changes like this. So if now I say I want to be here,
yeah,
I know that goal I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it in the next 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now I just write goals as I go. Short term. Yeah, short term as I go. Well, okay, yeah. Now I have this certificate. For example, now I'm about to get my plastic.
Yeah. Okay,
now I have this plastic. What's next? Become a miner. Once you're a miner, okay, now let me just be a ship.
Okay, so when are you more of short-term goals?
That's how I realized. For me, I'm not saying people must do this. For me, the mining industry is like that. Hey, once I get my plastic, okay, obviously you have to work as a miner. Get that experience, chief boss. That's the next step. From there, MO, and work up your way up fast. So, but then if you now I say, okay, in the next 5 years I want to be an MO. Either now I get my plastic, I become a chief boss. This happened in 2 years. I still have 3 more years to my goal. Okay. So it's like I'm holding myself back.
Cool.
So like, for me, I don't know for other people.
No, thank you so much, Mpho, for joining us on the show, man. We really appreciate it. Please don't forget to do the most important thing, and that is to subscribe to the channel, man. And then leave a comment there, man. And if you have any questions for Mpho, leave them on the comment section below, and we'll make sure he answers those questions, man. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this show, man. Please do stay tuned for more episodes that are coming, man. We have so much in store for you guys. Yeah, but for me, smooth and Nators. See you guys on the next clip.
I have to say, and from Mpho. Why are you leaving me outside? And from Mpho, guys, we'll see you on the next episode. Ciao.
Cheers, guys.